again on those crossings, just be aware you have a safe haven here on your right hand side. So if pedestrians are stepping off this crossing here, what do you need to do? You have a zebra crossing here, so check your mirror, Tony.
Alright.
There was no one at the crossing at that time, so it's safe to go. I must say you have these safe havens here, and if you have pedestrian waiting here, do you give way to them?
No, unless they step off the crossing, you said, yeah?
Absolutely.
That's good. You're checking you're checking that learning's taking place there, yeah? So you could actually ask me a few questions now on how, you know, you give me a lot of information how I can identify these different type of crossings, yeah? Is there anything you want to ask me?
Probably.
Yeah, so how do I...
How do you identify a pelican crossing, Tony? Tell me what you see on the road when you see a pelican crossing.
Oh, didn't you say, I might see those zigzag lines.
That's right. Now what do you have here?
Oh, zigzag lines.
Okay.
Oh, and those,
is this check your mirror?
Leisure beacons.
Now, did you have any pedestrians
No.
waiting at the side there? So was it safe to go?
Yeah.
So your pelican crossing, what's the difference between a pelican crossing and a puffin crossing?
Oh, it's a different light sequence, isn't it?
It is, and what's the difference?
I think it's the pelican that flashes amber, isn't it? That's got a flashing amber, you said?
It does. Just go through the light sequence with me, Tony, from green.
Turn left.
At your roundabout here, you're going to turn left, which is your first exit. Signposted loop. And you have a crossing here, Tony. Which sort of crossing is this?
Oh, is that one of those pelicans?
It is, and how do you know that?
That was a guess, really. I haven't actually seen one working yet, have I?
It's all to do with the box underneath the traffic lights at the side of the road. The pelican crossing is denoted by a visible wait sign when someone presses that button. And what was the light sequence? Are you going to tell me about the pelican crossing from green? If a pedestrian presses that button, what's the next sequence of lights?
Oh, does it go amber?
Yes, and then...
Oh, then red.
Okay, and what's the sequence from red?
Oh, the amber flashes at me, doesn't it?
Okay, and what does that mean? What's the flashing amber mean?
Oh, it means I can go if there's nobody on the crossing, innit?
Okay, so you can proceed if there's no pedestrians physically on the crossing. And what's after the amber flashing light?
Oh, the green.
That's correct. So let's talk about a puffin crossing now.
And we're going to turn left.
And at the roundabout, the next turning on the left, please, Tony. As you can see, you've got a safe haven here for pedestrians.
Alright.
And also one here, and just make sure you're checking for pedestrians crossing the road here. And just keep your speed down and be ready to stop if there are pedestrians on the road. Because when can pedestrians cross?
Oh, whenever they like.
Absolutely. And again, what do we have in the centre of the road here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, keep going,
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah, obviously I stopped you there, right? And I stopped you on purpose, yeah? Why did I stop you?
I don't know.
Has there been any mention made over beckoning pedestrians across?
No.
Right. So obviously I had a nice opportunity to do it there, but nobody behind me, nobody coming towards me, yeah?
Okay.
Right, so you need to...
so I need to go into that now,
yeah. You let the fault happen, so you've got to work on it.
Yeah. So Tony, now you beckoned the two cyclists across the road there.
I did, yeah.
Is that the correct thing to do?
Yeah, it gets them across safely, doesn't it?
And what are the consequences? Let's say, for example, there's another car coming along, or another road user, and they didn't see your signal, and you signalled those pedestrians across. What are the consequences? I don't think it would, though, would it?
Well, I'm being courteous there, not.
What you need to do is don't beckon a pedestrian across at any time. basically what you're doing is you're letting them across, but you're not letting another road user make them aware of your intention. So what do you think the consequences of that be? They're halfway across the road and you're backing them across. There's another car coming who hasn't seen it.
Will they get hit by the other car?
So it's potential for
an accident.
A big accident.
Yeah, I'm going to turn left.
And turn left at the roundabout.
And that'd be my fault, yeah?
Absolutely. Just be aware of pedestrians here. So as we said, when can pedestrians cross the road?
Any time.
And should you ever beckon them across the road?
No.
And why don't we ever beckon them across the road?
Well, somebody beckoned me across a few weeks ago, and I was so busy thanking them I didn't see the bus coming the other way.
Absolutely. So, what are the potential consequences of that?
I might get hit by the bus, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
If you get me to find a safe and legal, it could be your stopping place on the road.
Okay, stop on the left, please, Tony, when it's safe and legal to do so.
If I carry that a little bit further. If I carry on down to the end, Andy, we'll turn right and I'll find somewhere to pull over here.
Okay.
And turning right.
Okay, Tony, in the road, turn right, please. Pull over on the left when it's safe and legal to do so.
Right, you can breathe.
Oh! There's a flipping lot of crossings in Harpenden.
Yeah, good place to practice, isn't it?
God's truth!
How'd that feel?
I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. It's just thinking all the time one step ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I chucked you into the deep end there. And because the main thing I wanted to get across to you was, what was the most important bit to begin with? We talked about it before we started.
Identifying the crossing.
Yeah. If you don't see it, you ain't going to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to learn from it, yeah? So the identification is really important, yeah?
Yeah.
Because once you were talking to me about how we can identify, it's actually alerting you to it as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? And it really is important, and it really did help, didn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. You know, you don't need to be worried about where I'm looking on the emerges, because that's not the subject we're covering, yeah?
No.
You need to be looking at the road I'm turning into to see if there's any sign of crossings or pedestrians that may cross, yeah? And, you know, once we got the identification sorted out, it made the subject a little bit easier, didn't it?
It does.
Yeah?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought you handled that very well. It's a subject that most people hate, yeah?
That's full on that.
Yeah? Yeah, it is full on, and obviously, I didn't make it too easy for you. I gave it to you nice and hard because I wanted to incorporate pedestrians and pedestrian crosses, and obviously I knew the area that I was taking you into, that there was going to be pedestrians crossing outside those. Yeah, so identification, and then you need to prioritise what you're going to do next, yeah?
Yeah.
But you need to start talking about where I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah? Even if we don't stop, I do need that information about where I'm going to stop, yeah?
Yeah.
Because we might not get a chance, you know, I might stop, but I might not be the leading vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I do stop, and I'm not the leading vehicle, and you feel, well, I'm not going to get a chance to get the pick up a reference point here, well, then talk about where, if I was the leading vehicle, where would I stop?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd stop. You'd stop if it was a zebra crossing, it'd be a giveaway line. At a light control crossing, there's going to be a stop line, isn't it? So, you know, we could use, you know, where do you stop when you come to an emerge? Oh, I stop at the giveaway line, or I stop at the stop line, whatever. And how do you judge that? Oh, I've got a reference point. Well, the reference point, where is it? You know, would probably be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, if I am coming up and I am going to be the lead vehicle, and I've never done the subject before, then tell me where to stop.
Yeah.
And then just get me to pick up a reference point. Yeah.
Okay.
And it is quite an important part of the subject. So therefore, I'm not going to be playing around, because of the fact that you are actually giving me information that I need. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you might not have a chance then to talk about why it's important to stop there, but you will after we move, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you will need to fill those blanks in. It's important to stop at that stop line or the giveaway line, blah-de-blah. If you stop over it, you not only am I committing an offence, but I'm actually putting pedestrians in danger.
Yeah.
And, you know, generally pedestrians can walk around me, but if it's a partially sighted pedestrian, they ain't going to walk around me because they ain't going to see me, are they?
No.
Yeah? And obviously if I stop way too short of it, because I've got no way of judging the stop line or the giveaway line,
Yeah.
well then I could be confusing the vehicle that's behind me, yeah?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
they may well think, what's this plonker doing? Is he dropping him off or what?
Yeah.
And they may well try overtaking me. Which the consequence of that is that I'm not actually stopping, and as they try and overtake me, I move forward a bit.
Yeah.
And we end up colliding, or they won't see a pedestrian on the crossing, yeah? Difficult subject, isn't it?
There's lots going on there.
Yeah?
Big time.
Yeah, that was good. You handled that quite well. Yeah? And that's what it's all about, is actually getting you to, at the phase 1, identifying, yeah?
Yeah.
If it was a phase 2 subject, then you'd be pushing me to tell you when I see a crossing, yeah?
Yeah.
And you'd be getting inside my head and finding out, you know, how do you identify them, yeah? And you already know the answers because you just covered it on phase 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, the answers that I may well come back with, oh, I might see a road sign. But, you know, I definitely got to be blind if I don't see bloody zigzag lines,
Yeah.
15 yards ahead of the crossing, yeah? And I should see either traffic lights or pollution beacons, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then I know there's a crossing coming up, yeah? And what's the first thing I'm going to do? Oh, I'll check the mirror, yeah? And obviously watch me to make sure I do check it, yeah?
Yeah.
And if there is anybody that's likely to step off the pavement,
Yeah.
then I need to cover the brake, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Totally.
That was good.
That's good. Enjoyed
good.
that.
Right, so now we just move on and we'll just combine it with the signal element, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's think about the mistakes I can make with signals.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be timing the signals, yeah?
Right.
Yeah? And unnecessary signals.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Got you.
But obviously, it's very important to prioritise, yeah? If you're in the middle of talking about a little bit of a dodgy signal, and we've got a crossing coming up, and there's an old lady limbo dancing in the middle of it, then you need to prioritise on that crossing, yeah? And then you can come back to the signal afterwards, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so we'll just try tying the two together a little bit.
Okay.
So we're just carrying on from where we left off.
Yeah.
But we're just bringing the signal element into it, yeah?
Okay.
Andy, we're going to turn right at the end, please.
Okay, the end of the road, Tony, turn right, please. Just be aware of pedestrians crossing the road. You've got a lady on the left here.
Oh. So you're not going to merge, so I'd be looking well up there if I was you to see if there's anything that you're going to need to draw my attention to, yeah?
Okay. Okay, Tony, we have a crossing ahead.
Alright.
So what's the first thing you need to do?
I'll just check my mirror and indicate.
So we have a zebra crossing ahead. What's the first thing you do?
I'll check my mirror.
Check the mirror, Tony, well done. There's no pedestrians either side.
No.
Now you made a left signal just before the zebra crossing there. Why did you do that?
Oh, I gave a right signal to pull out around the parked car and I left when they come back in.
Okay, and who were you telling that you were going to be pulling into the left?
Anybody who's around me.
If someone was waiting at the zebra crossing and you were signalling left, what do you think they might think that you're going to be doing?
Turning left?
And where are you going to turn left?
No.
Okay, so the signal itself potentially is quite confusing. So there was no need to signal there.
So how do I tell people I'm moving in around these parked cars?
Okay, Tony, what do you have in front of you here? First thing you do?
Mirror, yeah.
There's no pedestrians either side, so you proceed on.
And we're going to turn left.
And at the next turning, turn left, please. So what's the consequences of, so you're signalling left just before a zebra crossing, and you've got someone waiting to cross.
I don't just signal to go around parked cars near pedestrian crosses. I do it everywhere, don't I?
Okay, so you're telling, you're signalling to other road users that you may be turning left, or you're actually coming in from a parked car. So potentially, the signal could be quite confusing and could confuse other road users and pedestrians. So in that case, it's actually best not to signal.
Oh, only in that case. But there is other cases that I will signal, yeah?
There are other cases where you need to signal, I'm just thinking what they are. I got lost on that one.
Behind me, give a signal not going around this parked car.
Okay, so you don't.
And I give a signal to come back in.
You don't need to signal on either of those, Tony. What do you think the consequences of signalling right, coming round that car?
Well, I think it's really helping that car behind, isn't it?
What have you got just up here on the right-hand side that this car's pulling out of?
An entrance.
Okay. So you're just signalling right. Potentially, that road user behind may think you're turning on that right turn and you haven't. So what could potentially happen there?
Well, I suppose somebody pulling out that turn might think I'm turning in there, would they?
Very much so. And what about the road user behind you? Is he going to know exactly what you're doing, what your intention is?
Well, you know the parked car was there, wouldn't he?
Exactly, so he would have seen the parked car.
No, I mean he knows the parked car is there by me putting the signal on.
But the potential is...
Almost like now I've got the parked car there, I put the signal on, he knows I'm moving out and go around it, doesn't he?
He does, but he also could be thinking that you're going to turn right there.
Right, we stop on the left here.
Stop on the left where it's safe and legal to do so.
Yeah, don't forget, if you're having having a real struggle explaining something, even at the phase 1 level. You want to pull me over, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you seem to be battling with that one.
I was battling with that one, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't need to indicate the ground parked cars, do I?
No.
Because what's the strongest form of signal that I can give?
That's your, well, it's indicating to...
P, begins with a P. Position, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Got you.
Yeah, my position is a form of signal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's never going to be necessary to signal to ground a park car, but the only occasion I can think of is if we're in a kind of a meeting situation and there's a great big lorry coming towards me, and I may have to pull over a lot closer to the curb than I normally would to let the lorry pass, so it looks like I'm nearly in a parking position, and I've got vehicles behind me, then a right hand signal probably would help there, because otherwise they may think I'm parking, and when the lorry goes they may move off and try and overtake me at the same time as I try and pull an end.
Okay.
But under normal conditions I wouldn't need to indicate to go around parked cars or to come back in, because if I indicate to go around parked cars, then, as you said, if there is a road on the right, they may well think I'm turning in there.
Yeah.
And the person who's waiting in that road may well think I'm turning in there and try and come out in front of me.
Yeah.
And if I indicate to come back in after the parked cars, then the people behind may think that I am actually pulling in the park.
Yeah.
And may start overtaking me, but I'm not. That makes sense? Yeah?
Position. That's what I did. Yeah. That's where I got lost.
So if you are struggling with something and you're not getting your point across, on phase 1 we don't normally pull over.
Yeah.
But they would rather you pull over than lose the plot, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they'll understand the reason why you're pulling them over, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pull them over if you find that that it's easier to give sort of problem in.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Got it.
And we're going to turn left.
And at the end of the road, turn left, please, Tony. Careful pedestrians crossing the road. We've got a chap here with his son.
And his dog.
And his dog. When can pedestrians cross the road?
Anytime.
Absolutely.
And we're going to turn right.
And at the end of the road, turn right, please, Tony.
You should give me a dirty look. Sorry?
You didn't signal. So, at the junction there, Tony, you didn't make a right signal.
Oh, I didn't think there was anybody around to benefit.
So as you approach a junction, you always signal your intention. And do you remember how many car lengths back we do that before the junction?
Oh, about 6 car lengths.
About 6 car lengths. And what's the reason we do that?
To let people... Yeah, I suppose I didn't see that bike, did I? Yeah, she would have benefited, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Is that why she gave me a dirty look then?
Absolutely. So we just signal 6 car lengths back. Just remind me the reason we do that?
To let everybody around me well, to give them time to react and let them know what I'm doing.
Absolutely right.
And we're going to turn left at the end.
So at the end of the road, turn left, please. Good. So Tony, what are the consequences there of not signalling at a junction? What's it telling other road users?
Well, it tells them of my intentions of where I'm going.
So if you don't signal,
I wouldn't know where I'm going, and they might get a bit frustrated with me, wouldn't they?
you're going to get a dirty look as an absolute minimum. Now Tony, we have a crossing here. What's the first thing you need to do? So check your mirror, check your internal mirror.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that at the very last second.
Nor did I. So we have a crossing up here. First thing you do, Tony, check your internal mirror.
Right.
Check your mirror, please. You have a pedestrian waiting at the crossing. Now, can you tell me what sort of crossing that was?
I think it might have been a Pelican. I saw the white sign come on.
Okay, and you have a crossing up here. So first thing you do is
check the mirror.
Check your mirror, Tony, please, and check pedestrians either side, and proceed if it's safe to do so.
And turning right.
And the roundabout turn right, please. That's your second exit, third exit. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about the exits at these mini roundabouts.
Oh,
just tell me I'm turning right. Yeah.
So Tony, we have a crossing in front of us here, which is traffic light controlled. Can you tell me what sort of crossing that is? And what's the first thing you need to do?
I need to check the mirror, don't I?
So check your mirror.
Yeah, that'll be there.
They have pedestrians waiting at either side. They've pressed the button, but the light is still green. So you just cover the brake and proceed, and you have another crossing directly ahead of you.
How did you know they pressed the button?
I saw her. So you have a...
Oh, so I have to see them press the button, yeah?
No, you have a visible light as well. So we have the same crossing here. There's no one waiting. And it's safe to proceed.
And we're going to turn left.
And make your next turning on the left, Tony, and be aware of pedestrians crossing the road here.
No, there isn't any.
Okay, and you have some pedestrians just up on the right hand side here. Just be aware of them, because as we know, pedestrians can cross the road when.
Turn left. Yeah, you need to be Linford Christie to get across there, wouldn't he?
Turn left at the roundabout, please.
And should I beckon him across?
No.
Get in there before I get the opportunity to,
yeah.
You know, what would you not do there, Tony? I wouldn't beckon him across, would I?
Don't beckon him across.
Well, bloody well will do if you don't bring it up, yeah?
Yeah, damn right. Okay, Tony, we have a crossing directly ahead of us. Can you tell me what sort of crossing this is?
Oh, zebra.
Zebra crossing. What's the first thing you need to do?
I'll check the mirror.
So check your mirror, please, Tony.
All right, yeah.
And then you're checking either side of the curb for pedestrians waiting to cross.
Lovely, yeah.
If there's no one waiting, then it's safe to proceed.
And we're going to turn left, please.
And make your next turning on the left, please. And again, be aware of pedestrians crossing the road
right,
here.
the buggers can cross anywhere, can they?
As you can see at the end of the road, you have a chap
And we're going to
on the road, so you need to give way to him. So just stop short here. And at the end of the road, turn left.
I should have waved him across, go rid of him quicker, shouldn't I? Yeah, I can wave her across, can't I?
No, this is not actually a crossing here. But if they've left the curb already, then give way to them.
Oh, I can wave them across the crossings, then?
No, don't wave to them at all. So make your left turn here. Immediately, you have...
Just tell me to turn left, Andy. Don't be telling me to make turnings, eh?
Okay. So turn left here. And immediately you've got a crossing here.
Oh, he's crossing anyway, and it's not even...
Now what you need to do is stop at the stop line. And what's your reference point for stopping at the stop line then? Absolutely right.
And why is it important to stop at that line?
And why is it important to stop at that line?
Oh, so I don't stop on the crossing, innit?
That's right. What's the consequences if you overshoot the line?
A partially sighted person would trip over the bonnet, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. And there is another reason, quite a big reason, and you have another crossing here, of which there's people crossing there, the lights are red, so you need to stop at the stop line here, using that reference point.
And I changed, don't you? Yeah, what was the other big reason you were talking about?
So the big reason is that it's actually a driving offence, so what's the... Make your next turning on the left, and you've got pedestrians crossing.
Yeah, they're crossing away from me, so I don't have to worry about them too much.
They've already left the curb, so you give way to them. just be aware of these guys on the right here.
And we're going to turn left.
And turn left here, please. So as we were saying, it's actually a driving offence to overshoot the stop line. And what's the potential penalty you could get for that?
And a £60 fine and 3 points, isn't it?
3 points on your licence.
Yeah, that's worse than actually having a pedestrian trip over the bonnet of the car, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Oh, right.
No, it's the safety of the pedestrian is absolutely paramount,
Oh, right.
but it is also a driving offence.
Isn't it exactly parked in the best place, is it?
It's not really. So when you come around this parked car here, Tony, directly ahead of you, you have a pedestrian crossing. What's the first thing you need to do?
Oh, check the mirror, innit?
Check your mirror. So check your mirror, please, Tony.
Oh, right, yeah.
And zebra crossing, so you're checking for pedestrians either side.
And we're going to turn left.
And next turning on the left, please. And again, we're looking for pedestrians crossing the road here.
And we're going to turn right.
And turn right at the end of the road, please.
Do a little bit more checking about what I've learned, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of telling me that I'm looking for, you know, what am I looking for now, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, because we have done quite a few now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to turn left at the roundabout.
Okay, so turn left at the roundabout, Tony. What's the first thing that you're checking for when you turn left?
Oh, any pedestrians.
Okay. Now, what do you see directly in front of you now?
Oh, I see a zebra.
So you need to check your
Oh, a mirror, yeah.
mirror. What are you checking as
I
you...
just check either side of the crossing.
And again, we have another crossing here. What sort of crossing is this?
That's one of those pelicans, isn't it?
Okay, as you can see, there's pedestrians waiting. So where do we need to stop?
Oh, I stop at the stop line, don't I?
And what's your reference point for stopping at the line?
Oh, it comes on the door mirror.
That's correct.
Oh, they're flashing now, first one. I'll wait till they go green, don't I?
Okay, so there's no pedestrians on the road, so the flashing amber light means it's safe to proceed.
You should have just got me gone there.
Oh, okay.
And then explain afterwards, yeah? Turning left.
Next left, please.
Yes, come on, don't ignore that error that I managed to get in there. What was the error I got in?
I don't know.
At the crossing. What did I not do when the amber light flashed?
Oh, you didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony, on a pelican crossing, you have a flashing amber light, and can you tell me what exactly that means?
I should go off the crossing clear, shouldn't I?
So if there's no pedestrians on the crossing, and it's safe to do so, you can proceed. And how do we know that's a pelican crossing?
Yeah, well, the amber light was flashing, wasn't it? It's a good clue, isn't it?
It is, but as you're driving up to the crossing...
No, that yellow white sign came on when they pressed the button, didn't it?
That's correct. So Tony, as we're just driving around here, what's the safe place to stop at a crossing?
Oh, at the giveaway line or the stop line. I'm going to turn left.
And you're going to turn left here. And we have a crossing ahead.